we've built a philosophy and a style of programming that really fits with our clientele and also is something that is scalable to all of our gyms. Everybody, welcome to the Fit for Business podcast. My name is Kyle Sutton. I'm the Director of Product for Iron Tribe Fitness, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about what scalability means in terms of the business of Iron Tribe and what we are trying to do with everything that we create from a system standpoint. So to me, really, scalability equals evolving systems. If I think about what makes us scalable, it's all the systems that we have and that we've built over the past 15 years to really make the client experience amazing. And that includes everything from the coaching to the workouts to the way the gym is set up and everything that you would experience as a client. So in my title as the Director of Product for Iron Tribe Fitness, a lot of people will ask me, well, what is the product? And my answer is always the product is everything that touches the client experience. So this can include basics like the workout and the gym layout and equipment, but it's mostly about how the coach is going to interact with the client and what they're going to provide to them to help them reach their goals. There are tons of single unit successful gyms out there. These are not hard to find. They have managed to create a culture and a community that attracts clients to their gym. They may have a handful of skilled coaches who create relationships and get results from their coaching. They're all over the place. They usually have a single figurehead who started the gym but now probably manages the business. And a lot of gyms that you go into that are just, single unit, one place. This is the only place we are. They have a great team of people. They get great results. They created this culture and people love the gym. There is nothing wrong with that. And kudos to all those gyms that have become really successful like that. It's not an easy thing to do for sure. What we're trying to do at Iron Tribe is a little bit different. So, whereas that single unit can maybe handle 150 to 200 clients and they can provide great results for people and give people transformations, that's amazing. We're trying to 10x and eventually 100x that. We know that what we do is important, and we know that the people out there in the United States, they need what we provide, and we're trying to take that and scale that up. So that take all the success of that single unit and then multiply it, and just keep churning out amazing gyms with amazing communities, amazing coaches who are able to multiply the transformations that people are having and change more lives. So it's a very different animal when you talk about taking that and scaling that, right? So to do that, you can't do things the same way you would do them in a single unit. And to scale that client experience and make it consistent across multiple units requires that you create systems that will deliver consistent excellence and be simple enough that you don't need absolute unicorns as employees to run them. Okay. Again, when you're running a single unit, to find 2 to 3 coaches that can deliver is a lot easier than going out and finding 100 coaches that can scale across your model. So we need to build systems behind that. We don't need to go find these people that are in high demand, that are super, super hard to get a hold of and always have tons of options. We need to find so that we find people. We're looking for people that are great people to begin with. And then we can apply them in a model that gives them success in the coaching business. And really that allows us to be scalable. If we are constantly looking for unicorns, it's going to be very hard to fill out our gyms with coaches. But if we can provide really good people who have a passion for fitness, have a passion for people, have a passion for serving, and then we can give them all the tools that they would need to be really successful coaches, including how we teach movement, how we run class, how we write programs for things like Prime. If we can give them all those tools in a way that they can apply them for all of our clients to give them great success, then we're on the path to scalability. So one of the things that I do with Iron Tribe is I kind of manage these systems. The first thing I'll say about these systems is that they are constantly evolving, right? There's a very fine balance between doing doing things a certain way for quality, but doing them for long enough that they eventually become outdated. So good systems are only as good as they're applicable to the time that we're in. And even in my 11 years with Iron Tribe, those systems are constantly evolving. There's been so much change in the way that we've done things over those 11 years, from the programs that we offer to the way we run class to even the way that we evaluate our coaches. We are always updating those to be current with the times, not only current with the scientific literature that comes out, but also trends in the marketplace. We're constantly updating those things to be relevant to what we're doing, and relevant to the time that we have. Everything that we consider in terms of changing has to be scalable. So there's a lot of times that ideas pop up and they're great in the context of a single unit, but they're not always necessarily great in the context of how it's going to scale to the rest of the brand. So we always have to consider that. And part of my job is consider, can we do this with 30 gyms? Can we do it with 100 gyms? The way that even the way that we do things now is not necessarily the way that we're going to do them if we're double in size. So we constantly have to be evolving those systems to make sure that we are scalable as we move up. And an idea that works for a single unit might have to be discarded as a brand because it just doesn't scale to the rest of our marketplaces and where we have franchise units and corporate units. So, the two main areas that we really focus on from a scalability standpoint in terms of delivering what is actually our product are the programming and coach development. And these two things go very, very much hand in hand. They do not exist without the other, and they are extremely supportive of the other. So the way that we program has to match what we're getting for coaches and how our coaches actually can run class. And the way that we onboard and train our coaches has to match our programming style. So everything that we do has to consider both those things going hand in hand. For the workouts, it's the way that the clients experience the Power program and the Prime program specifically. We have built parameters and a philosophy behind what our programming looks like. And we have a team with over 50 years of combined programming experience that put those daily workouts together and look for quality in those workouts, but also consistency and balance with what we're trying to do day to day. I think anybody can throw a workout together and say, this is a great workout. And a lot of times clients, they would love to do that. And they're like, hey man, this would be my ideal workout. That's great. But we know that it's not just about one day. It's about how does that day interact with the day behind it? How does that, apply in the context of a week, in a month, in a training cycle, in a phase, in the course of the year. So that we've built a philosophy and a style of programming that really fits with our clientele and also is something that is scalable to all of our gyms. So if you were to walk into an Iron Tribe gym, no matter where you go, that Power program is going to be consistent across all of the gyms that we have from day to day. So whether you're walking into a gym in Louisiana or Alabama or Georgia or South Carolina, that Power program is going to be delivered the same way. It's going to be the same workout delivered the same way with the same consistency and quality from day to day. In the context of 30 locations and being consistent, it's a tough thing to do. But can you imagine what it looks like if at every location the coaches are determining what the program's going to look like and what the class structure is going to look like from day to day? Honestly, it's going to look like it's all over the place. And then it's not one cohesive brand. So The programming at any one-off location is going to be heavily skewed toward what the coaches in that location like to do. So if they like to power lift, you're going to be doing a lot of power lifting. If they like to Olympic lift, you're going to be doing a lot of Olympic lifting. So we like to keep it very balanced across all of our units in terms of what they're doing. It's never going to be too heavily skewed one way or the other. It's going to be a nice, solid GPP program. It's going to give lots of people lots of great results across lots of different domains simultaneously. And that will be a great program for most of the people that walk into our gyms for a long time. If that was being left up to the gyms to decide, you're also going to have very erratic and inconsistent class structure. Some would be going very long, not delivering in 45 minutes. They'd probably be doing an hour. The pieces of the workout would all flow differently. It would just not, again, feel like a cohesive product. So we're trying to deliver the same quality and culture and consistency and customer service that somewhere like Chick-fil-A is delivering across hundreds of locations. And we're trying to do that same exact thing with delivering workouts for Iron Tribe. Even more important than the inconsistency that would happen if the programming was left up to chance is just the amount of time that it takes to build really good programs that are progressive through phases, take into account all the different variables that need to be managed, and all the different clients that we deal with, right? The time that it takes to do that would be absolutely massive. So instead of the coaches in those locations spending quality time with the clients, building relationships, providing accountability, helping with nutrition, keep the gym humming along smoothly, they'd be spending an enormous amount of time just doing programming. And creating programs from scratch. So we've taken away that guesswork. We've provided them with a very consistent quality programming product that they can apply on the floor every single day. And we're very proud of what that looks like. So I have full and unwavering confidence that says that what we're providing is going to get results. And it will get results if you can encourage your clients as a coach to just be consistent and follow the program, right? With excellent coaching, with a great program, you're going to get fantastic results, right? Again, that's pretty manageable at one location, but it's not so easy to do at 30 locations, and we've taken out the guesswork. So what we provide from a programming standpoint is not only the workout, but the workout delivered in the app. It's very consistent. It's very quality. The scoring criteria are all consistent across all of our gyms. Plus, we provide notes, warm-up ideas, lots of different stuff that fits our class structure so that from the time you step in and get that workout to the time you walk out 45 minutes later, you've gotten all the comprehensive pieces of the class structure and you've gotten a great workout that's been scaled, tailored, customized for you from a great coach, right? And the reason that works well is because of that second piece of scalability, which is coach development, right? The programming itself is only as good as it's applied on the floor, right? And you have to have great coaches to be able to run the program. And I'm not talking about a coach that just runs a class, right? There's a big difference between running a class and actually being a coach. And I'm also not talking about a TV screen that just shows you the movements and then you just try to mimic the movements. We're talking about a coach that can look at you, where you're at, what your goals are, how you move, and also apply this workout, whether it's in the power program or it's in the prime program, and make adjustments in the moment to help you move better, keep you out of pain, prevent injury, and just overall get better results. And to be able to scale the quality of coach that we want requires a ton of onboarding and a ton of systems behind them to support the coaching, right? We don't provide a program, right? We provide a coach, and ultimately that leads to results. So the way we think about it is it's not just about the workout. It's about the coach delivering the workout to you, right? It's the most important part of the Iron Tribe business model. And it comes into play with everything that we think about the business in terms of creating a career in fitness and developing great people into great coaches, right? We hire and fire to our core values, which are extremely important to us. And most of those core values, support the client experience, right? And we spend a lot of time getting you up to speed as a coach on all of our systems. This includes a ton of online content that we've created. It's all proprietary. It's also shadowing on the floor with our best coaches, and it culminates in what we call the Coach 101 weekend, where everything that you've learned over the previous 6 to 8 weeks, you're putting in play in a real world environment, role playing, running classes, handling difficult clients, teaching movements, finding scales quickly, and just overall delivering the client experience on the floor. After that very thorough onboarding process where we get you really into our culture, into our style of coaching, into our class structure, which delivers a consistent experience from day to day, it doesn't stop there, right? We continue to pour into the coaches through different avenues like external partners like Precision Nutrition. We want our coaches to be very highly educated on not only how to deliver great nutrition information, but really what it is behavior and lifestyle change. And how do we get that to happen? But also we do brand coach calls monthly, where we discuss anything going on with the business, right? New things that we have to launch, or things that we're seeing that are maybe a blind spot for coaches that they might be missing in terms of execution of the model. Every month we do an hour-long call where we get in and chop it up over different topics. Coaches can ask questions, and that we make sure during that time that we are all on the same page, right, with what we're doing. And then yearly, we do something called CoachCon, where we take 2 days, everybody comes together, and we do camaraderie and development. So for no matter what the topics might be, it could be nutrition related, it could be movement related, it could be business stuff, it could be communication, how to talk to clients. We're constantly pouring back into our coaches to make sure that they are the best possible version that they can be, so that they can deliver the workout, right? Scalable workouts, scalable coach development delivers a very scalable product. And the most important thing is that no matter where you are, whether you're a client at the top gym in the brand, or you're at a single unit in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisiana, or South Carolina, or you're just a franchisee getting ready to open your first location, there's a robust and dynamic system behind everything that you're doing. And those systems are constantly updated, constantly evolving to be the best possible practices that we could be and use to deliver an amazing product. And that is what scalability looks like in the Iron Tribe model. So specifically in my role, I'm talking about the product, as I said. The two main huge pieces that we have the programming set for you, not only for Power, but also for Prime. And we can deliver that with excellent coaching because they've been onboarded really, really thoroughly through our systems. So I hope this has been helpful to understand all of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on with the Iron Tribe product and how we are trying to take what those successful single unit gyms have been able to do and multiply it 10x and multiply it 100x so that we are changing more lives through fitness. This has been the Fit for Business podcast. I hope this has been helpful and look forward to seeing you out there on the floor. Take care, everybody.